didn't seem to have things under control.
Alright, so now we have to go back and talk to Otto, but before we talk to Otto, we're going to make a detour, and we're going to go take care of this last hunt that we need to.
Where did you learn to swim? The bandits maybe know, but look what they've left us with. A hard time.
We just need to make a quick little detour.
Are the bad men going to come back? The gentlemen
Are
of the
you my
town
mummy?
guard are a strapping bunch.
Anything I can interest you in?
Yeah, I need a refill on some of my curatives, please.
Here you are. My thanks.
Thank you very much. Alright, so now we go take care of... I think it was the 10 of spades or the 10 of clubs. It was one of the two.
Fly, Ambrosia.
And I have to go all the way to Vermeer, which is like almost at the bottom of the map. It's like way down here. But once we get down there, then we can just teleport out. And I want to pick your brain. I bought a mouse for snake feeding, and it's alive. Could I return it? So your snake isn't eating it? Is that what's going on? Your snake's not eating it? Is your snake used to live feeding? Or is it used to frozen? That is the ultimate question. Because depending on your answer to that, I can actually tell you what you could do instead. Oh, I went the wrong direction.
This won't be easy.
Get through here. Because I have to go this direction. I don't know why I took a right. Oh, it's used to life feeding? Huh. How long has it been since your snake has last eaten? Is the question.
Enough of you, are there?
Hello, Kashik Eagles. I'm sorry. Oh, get over here. Hello, Buffalo! This should be Vermeer over here.
I can walk from here.
Hello, sir. Ten of clubs. This guy should be considerably easier than Svarog.
Not a God's forsaken soul, eh? Only those who have nothing. Show empty your pockets.
3 weeks and 8 life. That's weird. If you need to return it, and if it's still alive, then you should. Just tell them that, you know, you got it for snake feeding, but your snake isn't eating it. So they should be able to. I don't see an issue with returning it, to be honest. Ow. That was stupid of me. Sit down, boy. Dancing Steel. Is it from a pet kill or a different pet store? Come here, buddy boy. Hang on, did I change something in my controls to where the auto lock doesn't stay on? Hang on, where is... Oh, there it is. Toggle. There we go. That's better. That's what I've been wanting to do, but it hasn't been doing it. Yeah, you should be able to. As long as it's within 30 days, you should be able to return to get your money back. Stuffy enjoying apparently some breakfast tacos. Judgment. Seal incoming. Go. And then Heaven's Cloud right behind it. Wasn't too far away on that strike blade. Ow, that was greedy of me. That was very greedy. Ow. Oh yeah, I got you, Moogle. Take that impulse. Out. Heaven's Cloud.
Let's boy. Let's roll ready.
That is the chosen mouse who want to lead all their mice. Stop me, you dork.
Waken winds!
Sir, I don't like being hit with your execution. It is not nice for you to do. Judgment. Zanzuken. I love Torgal just coming in. Torgal's just upside down. Look at him. Boy. Oh boy. No, sir. No, sir. You can take this. Shoing. I love Torgal. I honestly cannot wait for him to come to Final Fantasy 14 so I can get him as a mount. He will literally be my minion and my mount always. It's such a freaking cute little dog. God, I love him. Alright, so now I got Diamond Dust. Okay, so I got Diamond Dust to there. So now I need another 2,000 roughly to get to the next level, and then I'll need more after that to get him to max. Alright, so now we go back to the hideaway to talk with Otto, and that should complete things that fall apart. New missive. Alright, well, let's go see what's in the missive, shall we? We got new things in the equestrian, which we already know
Seems
because
the
all the
hideaway
shops
is
apparently have new equestrian rolls. And then we can talk to Karen.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
Refill on
It's
these.
better I'll be here. You're rubbing me
Refill on
blind, you
these.
know.
I'm actually going to go ahead and
You'll
buy
find a
my
better
last
price
elixir,
than that.
which is rather nice. And we're good on the rest
Finished,
of it. Thank
are
you,
ya?
Karen. Yeah, I'm finished. I'm not fully surprised that the snake was mid-shed and it's just a mouse never lasted a day. Oh, that actually makes sense. They're probably focused on trying to shed right now, Moogle. That's more than likely why they're not eating. The guard in the league put aside their differences for the time being, allowing us to leave to sip our snake's pit with in relative leisure. For that, I would hazard we have your better half to thank. She put on quite a performance. As for yours, well, from an aspiring thespian to another, might I suggest working on your delivery and your projection and those stiff limbs of yours and your countenance and, well, everything else. We wouldn't want want to do the name Underhill a disservice, not would we? Clive, you have the town's thanks for helping us rid us of the thralls, but we are neither of us so naive to think that we have seen the end of their like. Good Felipe has taken to seeing that we are prepared should the ghouls come calling once again, but I oft think the rank of captain has begun to weigh heavily upon his shoulders, just as I imagine the same might be said of you and your burdens. But remember, should the weight ever become too much, you needn't stand alone. Our hearts and arms remain ever open, as do the Vale's doors. You have an uncanny talent for showing up where you are most needed, my lord. Without your steel, I fear the rest would be in the hands of the Akashic and us, but more of the nameless numbers. However, with the Horde now both thinned and fractured, we Guardians can focus on our efforts on putting down the smaller packs without the worry of being overwhelmed, while Martha's blood axes can return to defending the Tor. As for young Oscar, you will forgive my sudden request for taking him under your wing. He is a good man, attentive, polite, hardworking. So as you can see, he already has learned everything he can from me. He would do well to continue his squiring under a more worthy shield, and the realm has none more worthy than you. The Guardians are getting along with the Axis fine enough, working to shore up the rest walls when not clearing out what few threats remain down in the reeds. Though our chances are we'd still be neck deep in Akashic had you not given that horde your firm but gentle nudge. I know you've a realm to save and all, but if you're ever needed in a quick reviver, come see us and we'll tap a cask for you. That's very nice. And then we got the new thing here, which is the Guardian Scarf. Alright, let's get through here. And we should be caught up on all of our hunts, which is fantabulous.
See that? Tell me you saw that.
Tell me you saw that. Let's check with our good old pal Nectar the Moogle. We should be caught up on all of our hunts. Yep, we are all caught up on the hunts, including knocking out Svarog. I did not think we were going to manage that, but we did.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is
Thank
everything
you.
we've received and everying promised?
Sweet, 1,500
Yes.
ability points. I will take that handsomely. Thank you very much. And, items exceeding will be discarded.
You
Yeah, that's
earned
fine.
this. All done?
Alright, well, there we go. I don't think it's going to be enough to do anything with it, honestly. No, because I need about another 300 to,
Was
get to the next
wondering
level.
when you turn up.
Hellos from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention.
Of
How
course.
is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So,
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Joshua's awake.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him.
Yep.
Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Everything.
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts.
Insight check.
18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now.
Lightning of Ramu, the wind of Garuda, the earth of Titan.
Did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Family will do what they need to do for family.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Family will always stick their necks out in the line for family, regardless of the cost it will give them. Because it's family.
What's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
Joshua ain't gonna frickin' listen.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
Together again.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Let's go, baby. Now we get to travel with Joshua. And we have side quests galore and more hunts. Hooray! Alright, let's see where our hunts are now. What hunts do we have? Just one. So it's just a pack, and it's south of Tabor in Dalmacia. Okay, easy peasy. And we got 3 side missions here. Oh, we got side missions actually on our reading table as well. Alright, it's not going to let us do any of them because we have to immediately go there first. Do we have any here? Doesn't look like we have any there. Do we have any in the Orabella Downs? We do not. Do we have any in Dalmacia? Does not appear so. Although we do have a thing over there, which we can actually get. Probably another equestrian. More than likely. But now let's actually see if Joshua has different attire. Because if Jill had other attire, and Torgal had other attire, and even Ambrosia, Joshua should have other attire. Make him look all fancy. Yep, there we go. So, Ashen Gray or normal? Actually, the Ashen Gray is not too bad. I dig it. Plus, it actually kind of looks better than that, my honest opinion. Looks a little bit better. The black fits him a little bit nicer. All they really do is, like, flip his color scheme, really. But I like it. I dig it. Alright, so let's go up here and see the missives that are up here. And see what kind of missions that we have. We have one, a humble request. From the Seneschal to Lord Byron Rossfield. I apologize for this sudden, untoward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid, and there's none other I would whom may turn. Your most esteemed Lord Uncle has presented me with a task most vexing, and I fear I am wholly unable to perform his vaulted expectations, namely due to the marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. To wit, I am but a manservant, not a mercenary. While I maintain the fitness ample to attend to the needs of the manor, To the attending of bandits in the back alleys, I am sorely ill-equipped. If it please you, my lord, prithee come see me at Martha's Rest, where I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full. Sure.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Smooth like butler. You get it? Smooth like butler. I can't believe it's not butler. The quest names. Thank you, Yoshi P.
What am I gonna do? Is everything all right, Goots?
What's wrong, Goots?
You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
I'm not afraid of a lashing.
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Don't you worry, Goots. I will take care of it. I'm not afraid of a whip. It's fine. Karen, Goots says you have a whip.
How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at?
Oh, nothing.
Once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dallymill has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you?
Karen, you will do anything for money.
I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Yeah, that's right, Clive. You get back into your sit position,
I
boy.
reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day. I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But Why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
They're probably trying to
I'm gonna
defame
find
Karen,
out.
that way she can't make any more
trader,
money.
He said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
We're going on a trip with our favorite merchant ship. Alright, so now we gotta go to Dalimil for that, which we gotta go there anyway.
Seems the hideaway.
Hello. Hello, Molly.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a
What-
hand
what
with a
do I do?
recipe.
Are you
What did I
sure
do?
it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing. Thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing and that awful stench, people wolf it down.
Oh,
So
seriously?
I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
Alright, Gordon Ramsay.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
Oh, you know,
Fried
beef
mortress
Wellington,
of
mushy
skyworm.
peas.
That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something.
I mean,
And if
I
he does, I'll
guess
see
I
if I
can
can
go
find
do
your
your
ingredients for
research for you.
You do
It's
that.
not like I have other things
Lest
that
we
are more
forget,
important to do.
You've got a reputation to uphold.
I think I had to go talk to Hippocrates anyway, so... Well, not exactly talk to Hippocrates, but I have other things that need to get done as well.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Hello!
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
Alright, let me guard the rest of the
Try.
Scooby-Doo gang.
Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
It's usually how it works.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils
Perhaps
would like
they
me.
will know.
If they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They
Oh?
were in the atrium when I last saw them, as always.
She's going to have to punish them. Oh no. Oh my god. Shockwave, you know it's not until tomorrow, but I appreciate you. How are you, my man?
To pick your brain if you don't mind.
It's good to see you,
It's
man.
about the book you lent Ivan.
Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbricois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water.
Okay, but that's okay as...
Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern.
I'm sorry,
Their
man.
ground livers being the paste from which the
I'm sorry,
mortress
dude.
is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sambraquois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the
I'm
blue
sorry you're having a
dragon,
rough day, Shaq.
said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Oh no, you're fine, man. You always know this is a safe space for anyone to, you know, to talk about anything. So you know me, man. I'm not going to tell you that you can't, you know, express yourself or anything. You know, just it happens. It is completely okay, my man.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
Well, yeah, the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear because he got in the way.
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all...
Did y'all break something?
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
I get that, man.
Sorry.
No, doing something like that is always gonna break someone.
We
So,
dismembered
you know, it's understandable.
Just like Miss Middledore showed us.
You don't need to feel like that you can't talk about
Why
that,
would she
man,
have
you know.
dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Middledore said, the best way I see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
Do y'all not know how to put it back together?
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Does no one
Speak
break
for
down
yourself.
instructions when they take things
The
apart
heavy fingers
anymore?
at the bottom. Then,
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Now, we are here for you, man. You know that.
Everything here was once part of Miss Middledor's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces, the body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
Let's inspect
This is
the
called
arm.
the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
you're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
A pans.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think they'd fit on that little thing.
No, he wouldn't.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
And what is the last thing that it needs to hold
This
up?
tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Miradol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So,
Only if
now
you
that we've
guys
taken
used
stock of
it.
the parts
That
and
one kid
know
has a
what they
30-year-old
do,
voice.
what do
Hey,
you think?
Maybe he just hit puberty before
Then
the
here's
other
what we'll
ones,
do.
Stuffy.
You tell me
Don't
what
judge.
goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Sounds like Draco.
Yes, we did it.
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Miradol's hares.
Her hairs.
Yeah, hares for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we
Heirs.
can help out the hideaway when we're
Heirs.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Miradol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Oops. Sid doesn't know how to put it back together properly. Sid, you forgot about the cogwheel. Sir. You forgot about the cogwheel.
Did you see that?
Tell me you saw that. Georgie, you need to get a new voice line, my guy. So then we're going to finish this one up, and then we have to start the pathway to there, so...
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Well, the only reason why they call him Sid is because the Sid of the game basically
It was
made
as you
him Sid
thought.
before death.
The children had the scales, or
That's the only reason why,
parts of
honestly.
them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully, she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. one she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Yep.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
See, that's kind of messed up. It's like Canver wants to basically contract her to be an architect of war, and Mid wants no part of it. That's why she basically has said, "No, I'm not gonna spend my time over in Canver then."